The day Drew sat across from Sarah at that divorce table, people thought he was losing everything. They were wrong. They were watching him realize the truth. The truth about what happens when love turns into leverage. Sarah sat across from him, calm, polished, and confident. Like the outcome was already hers. Her attorney spoke in clean words. Custody, child support, spousal support, alimony, equitable distribution. Professional words for something uglier. You want me to fund the life you decided to destroy. He swallowed the thought. He sat there, hands folded, jaw tight, while strangers discussed his children, home, money, and future. Sarah was not looking at him like a woman grieving a marriage. She was looking at him like a woman waiting on a payout. And that hurt. Drew could accept responsibility and doing his part as a father. What he could not accept was being painted as a man who abandoned his family when he had been trying to hold it together. He had worked, provided, paid bills, fixed things, showed up. He knew the difference between mistakes and betrayal. This felt like betrayal dressed up in legal language. Sarah leaned back like she had already moved on. Maybe Drew was already out of the house, out of the picture, reduced to deposits, schedules, and responsibility. That burned him. Not just losing her, but losing access to the life he built. People think replacing a man is easy when all they see is what he provided. They do not see the sacrifice. Swallowed pride. Early mornings, late nights, or quiet pressure. Then Sarah's attorney slid another document forward. Drew looked down at it. Numbers, schedules, requests, demands. His whole life reduced to paragraphs. For one moment, anger rose so hard he almost smiled. He wanted to ask, was it support when I was doing it willingly? Or did it only become support once you could demand it? But he stayed quiet. Not because he was weak, because he was learning. Some silence is not defeat. If he speaks from pain, they call it aggression. If he reacts, they call it proof. So Drew did not break. He listened. He watched. Something inside him changed. Not into hate, into clarity. Sarah thought Drew was defeated. But Drew was becoming someone else. A father who would support his children. A man who would stop funding disrespect. As Drew picked up the pen, he understood. Some people do not want you gone. They want you removed. Removed means they still want what you provide without your presence. Authority, voice, or place. Drew signed slowly. Not because he agreed, not because it did not hurt, not because he was surrendering. He signed because some battles cannot be won by begging someone to value what they took for granted. Sarah watched him sign, still calm, still thinking she had won. But Drew had stopped looking at her as his wife. Now he was looking at her as a lesson. And lessons are expensive.